Reddit is an untapped goldmine of leads that no one really seems to be talking about. Every day there's hundreds of people in there asking questions that you can answer and promote your services. And by combining Claude Code and the platform that I'm about to show you today, you can do this all automatically without even setting up a Reddit account. And you can be constantly promoting your services while helping people through Reddit. So without further ado, let's jump into the video so I can show you exactly how you can start doing this. Okay, so the platform that we're going to be using in this video is called Engain, and essentially what this platform is just a way to monitor everything that's going on Reddit, everyone that's posting about the things you could be answering to promote your services. And then this platform allows you to actually create posts, reply to comments, post comments under posts without even having a Reddit account. So I want to show you around this platform first, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to start in settings, because when you get onboarded for this platform, when you sign up, create an account, it takes you through an onboarding flow and you fill in a bunch of your information here. So for me, I've just named the project, the name of my company website, and then I've put in my company website here, autonomously-ai.com. And then Engain scraped my website and came up with a company description for me, and I just left it as it is because it was pretty accurate. It just describes everything about my company. And then there is a knowledge base here, which I haven't actually put anything in yet, but I found doesn't really need it. It's kind of good with everything that Engain generates for us. And then we have some brand name generations here. This just helps with tracking for people talking about your company. And then there's some followed subreddits here. So again, Engain did this automatically. So the kind of things, the kind of subreddits that I'd be looking for where people would be asking questions, there would be opportunities for me to promote my services. And then we just have the location of the opportunities that I'm trying to find, which in my case is going to be the United States. And then also in here, I've put in some of my competitors, so other AI agencies, and then keywords. Engain auto-generated these keywords for me, and I can delete them, I can deactivate them, I can add more as I please. But you can see these are all pretty much related to AI agents and automation, as you can see. So we're just going to run through these tabs here, and then I'm going to take you over to Claude Code and show you how you can do this all through Claude Code automatically. So first of all, this sandbox page here allows you to post comments, create a post, reply to a comment, and then also order upvotes. So these pretty much are all self-explanatory. For post a comment, you can just put in the post URL of the Reddit post, and then you can just write out the comment here. You can also get Engain to generate the comment with AI, and it's going to use the knowledge it has on your company, which is really, really cool. And I found a lot of the time this stuff does actually work. You don't really have to change it around too much. Then it posts it from one of the accounts that Engain already have set up, that's all completely warmed up. So that way you don't even have to create a Reddit account. You don't have to like sign into your existing account or anything like that. You can literally just promote your services through these pre-made, pre-warmed up Reddit accounts, which is really cool. And there's also the thing that you don't have to worry about your Reddit account getting banned or anything like that. And then create a post does the exact same thing. You put in the subreddit URL, the post title, the flair, which is optional, and then you can upload any media you want to the post, and then the actual post content here. And again, it does it from one of these pre-made Reddit accounts. And then reply to a comment, exact same thing. And then order upvotes. You can also order upvotes for your posts and comments on here, just so they reach more people, which is really cool. And then track tasks. This is whenever you create a new post or do a new comment or anything like that, you can track it all through here. And then new opportunities. This part is pretty awesome. Basically, because it has all this context of my business and my services, it just scrapes Reddit for me through all of these different kind of subreddits, and just gives me back a bunch of things that I could potentially reply to. So this person here are people putting any control layer between AI agents and destructive actions, and it says it's a 95 out of 100 relevance score. So it's giving me the full post here. And if I wanted to generate a comment with Engain's built-in AI that has full context on my company, we can hit this button just so you can get an idea of the kind of things that we could reply to a post like this. So basically it says, yeah, the database wipe scenario is a real risk that doesn't get enough attention, yada yada. I'm not going to read the whole thing out to you, but basically it's just helping this person out, which of course builds trust. And if we wanted to subtly promote our services through here, then we could do that. And then yeah, you can see there's a bunch in here. We can sort them by relevance, or we can sort them by like the newest ones, the oldest ones, most comments, least comments, depending on how we want to do it. And then SEO opportunities as well. You might have seen through Google that recently Reddit has been coming up really close to the top for pretty much like any kind of queries. If you're asking like, how do I do something? I've got this issue, how do I fix it? Reddit usually always comes up very close to the top. And this here basically just tracks everything in your niche, the same way with the opportunities. Just everything in your niche that is actually appearing in SEO search results. So that means even when someone's searching something up on Google, they could come across your post or your comment just from the search results from Reddit. And then mentions. So for me, because I don't have like a massive company or anything like that, No one's really mentioning autonomously-ai.com, which is my company's website, so there's nothing in here. But of course if your brand was being mentioned, you just be able to monitor it all through here. And then smart search as well, really nice. You can just put in keywords like AI automation. I think here I did process automation, and then it just goes through Reddit and it will just give you all of the most relevant posts back that you can add a comment. You can also view it on Reddit, which is quite nice. You don't even have to do it through the platform. You can just view the post here on Reddit. So that is pretty much a rundown of the entire platform. Now I'm going to show you how you can actually connect this to Claude Code. If we go to the settings tab here, and then we go to API, all we do is we just hit generate an API key. I've already got one in there. And then we tell Claude Code, we give Claude Code the API documentation, which I'll show you in a sec. Then Claude Code is going to be able to handle the setup of all of that. And we just give it the API key and then we're good to go. But if we look quickly at the API documentation, there's a couple of things that we can do in here. So first of all, tasks, we can create a comment, create a post, create a reply, create a thread task group, and then also get recommended rank metrics. So basically everything I just showed you through the platform that you can do through the platform, you can also do via API, which is really cool. You can also create upvote orders in here, and then you can also get all of your opportunities that I showed you. So I have this very simple Claude Code setup here that I'm going to run you through really quickly. So first of all, we have basically just all of the things that it needs in terms of like JSON and everything like that to be able to actually connect to EndGain, and it's really simple. You can literally just create a new Claude Code session, tell it what you want to do, and it can create all of these files for you. Don't worry, you don't have to do it yourself. But to give you a quick rundown of the things that actually matter, first of all, we have the .env in here, and as you can see, I just have my EndGain API key at the top there, so now I know it's actually connected to EndGain. And then if we go into the SRZ file here, I've also got it to make these TypeScript files with basically all the functions I'd actually want it to do. That way it's not having to like search up the API documentation every single time. We've already pre-built everything as a tool, so it can post new posts here, it can do replies, it can do comments, everything. They're all basically pre-built into these tools rather than, like I said, having to search the API docs every single time. And then also we just have this offer file here, and basically this is more like a context file. This just says what Autonomously AI, my agency, actually does, who I am, the kind of things we sell, who we don't help, who we do help, the different kind of services we do, the threads to stay away from, what threads to actually engage with, our brand voice, so it can write replies in our brand voice, what never to say, and then when to mention us as well, so we're not like too pushy but also pushy at the right points. So that's pretty much all you need to know in terms of the setup of the Claude environment. To test this out, we're just going to do the first thing in here, which is going to try and get all of those opportunities. We're going to try and get 100 different opportunities from Engain, and then with that inside of Claude Code, we're going to do some cool stuff that I'll show you. So I'm just simply going to say, get me 100 opportunities from Reddit. It's going to use the Engain API, of course, and it's basically just going to give us all of those ones that I showed you in that opportunities tab, but of course now they're actually going to be inside of Claude Code, so there's a couple more things that we can do with them. Okay, cool. So you can see it got in touch with Engain here. It said got 100 opportunities. Let me format them into a readable summary. And it's basically just saying here a quick summary of where it got everything from, and then it's sorted them by relevance. It's got 100. It's putting them into this. It's gone into the data folder here, giving us a quick MD so we can have a look at this. Basically everything that it got, all the links to the subreddits here, and then you can see it's literally like labeled each of them 13, 14, and then like a why it surfaced section, and then also the just actual post here. So awesome. So it's got 100 opportunities now scraped directly from Reddit inside of Claude Code. And now what we can say to it is pick 10 that would be relevant for us to reply to promote our services. So let's send that off. Now out of the 100, it's already given all of them like a really nice description on why it's been serviced, what it's got to do with us. It's sorted them in order of relevance already. And now we're just going to say pick 10 of them that we can actually use to promote our services. Okay, cool. So it's given us the 10 here, and we're just gonna have a quick look through them. So it's given us this one. The title is looking for a way to streamline employee onboarding automations in the subreddit entrepreneurs, and then why it fits, direct intent. They're looking for automation here, and if we actually click on this, it's going to open up the Reddit thread for us. So yeah, just so you can see, this is actually like a real post, and if we want to read the whole post as well, this is a post that it was referencing, and it was only from 7 days ago, so fairly fresh as well, which is quite nice. And they're just looking for a way to streamline employee onboarding, which of course is something that you can do with AI. That's something we've done at Autonomously AI. with AI and automation. And then another one about employee onboarding here, the best tool / process for sending fillable HR forms to managers and employees, how to handle the transition to payroll automation, scaling client reporting with no code automation. So you can see all of these are basically people just looking for automation in one way or another, whether that's recommending tools to them or just giving them like actual processes and workflows that they can do, how they can do it themselves. All amazing opportunities to like sort of subtly promote our services as well. We can help them out with their issue and say, you know, if you want something custom or if you want something built for you so you don't have to do it yourself, try out these guys. And we can say Autonomously AI because this isn't coming from an Autonomously AI or Rory Ridger's Reddit account. It's coming from a completely anonymous one, which is really, really cool. So we can just kind of like subtly say, oh, you know, I worked with Autonomously AI if we wanted to. Or I heard Autonomously AI are really good at this kind of stuff. So now we're going to say to it, can you draft a reply comment for each of these posts? Give it to me in a way where I can simply approve, deny, or make edits to each of them. So we're going to send this off and it should come back to us fairly quickly with just 10 replies to each of these 10 posts here. So we're going to have a look at them together and review them. Okay, so it's still generating here, but it's given us the first couple ones. It said for this first one here that looks like it would be the best one to reply to. So the thing you're describing isn't really a tool problem, it's a missing trigger. Once contract signed becomes a real event in whatever software you're using, you can fan out from there, create the Google Workspace account, add to the right groups, provision the SaaS seats, drop them into the right Slack channels per team, and schedule the welcome one-on-ones. And then it's giving it like some software recommendations there. And then just said at the bottom, we're kind of doing this thing at my agency, happy to share how we'd scope it if useful. So you can see it's giving it like actual value. It's giving the person actual value here and actually replied to their comment. Isn't just like mindlessly like trying to promote our services. It's giving them actual value here, answering their question, and then just kind of like slipping in our services there and saying like, hey, you know, if you want something a bit more personalized, a bit more custom for you, just want to chat about it, you know, this is how you can do it. And then again, same thing here. It's giving them this paragraph here about basically just answering their question, helping them out, suggesting software, and then just saying we're building this kind of thing at Autonomously AI, happy to share how we'd scope yours out. And then interesting as well, this one here, it doesn't even promote our services. It just actually gives them like advice and software and the same as the other ones, but then it kind of just leaves it at that and says what we'd use to do it and doesn't promote our services, because chances are these ones are more likely to get, you know, upvotes, people replying to the comment, maybe the author of the post replying to the comment as well. And then from there, we can maybe sneak in our services. And what's cool as well about this platform is you don't just kind of send off the comment and then, you know, never hear from it again. You can actually track as well when people are replying to the comments, and then you can reply yourself using AI. So it's given us the full 10 here. And then what we're going to do, just for the sake of it, we could send all of these off, but I'm just going to say, okay, send the first 5 off. We're going to say send the first 5 off. And it's actually going to send that to Engain. It's going to post these comments from anonymous accounts. Okay, so it's just popped back and said all 5 have been posted to Engain. So now we can head over to Engain and just check on them. So if we go to track tasks here, you can see 5 of these are in progress, and usually they're only in progress for like a minute or two. This is just Engain's way of actually sending them off. It's not like completely instant. It does take like a minute or two sometimes to actually send them off, but you can see the other ones I've posted here have all been published completely fine. And also the way Engain works is, for whatever reason, they can't actually publish like a comment or a post or anything like that, then they just refund the credits that you used to post that. So you're never really actually losing anything. Just to show you the upvotes feature as well, which is really, really cool. You can see one of these ones I've already published. If we just hit this button here, we can just put in here how many upvotes we want to add. So let's say we want to do 100, and then every day we want to add another 10 to it. And then the start date after 3 days, of course, it's completely optional, you know, it's up to you. It tells you exactly how many credits that's going to cost, and then you simply just hit order upvotes, and it's going to actually start doing that. So then your post or your comment will start getting way more traction because you've just got these upvotes on it. So of course you can be like selective about how you want to do that. Maybe the ones where you're actually pitching your services a little bit more, you can just pay for the upvotes on them. And maybe the ones that you're just providing value, they're probably going to get more traction organically anyway, so you might not need to. So that is how to automate your Reddit marketing and actually get leads through Reddit with Claude Code and Engain. If you want to check out Engain, there'll be a link in the description of this video. You can get started with it straight away. And by the way, there is so much more you can do with this platform by combining it with Claude Code, as you can probably imagine from watching this video, but I don't want this video to be like an hour long. So if you want to test out Engain for yourself, like I said, just check the link in the description of the video. You can connect it to Claude Code really, really easily. But that's it for the video, guys. Appreciate you sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.